100 stars चल रहा है, and we have a lot of Bollywood stars that are helping us out with this non-stop tribute to our COVID warriors. With me is the very, very talented and very, very good-looking Neel Bhopalam. Hi!
Hi, Meenal. What's up? Thank you for having me on your show. And
You're welcome, and welcome to 100 Hours, 100 Stars. This is
Yeah.
a non-stop, tribute to our COVID warriors. And while they're out there, we're all at home. So,
Yes.
what are you doing at home?
What am I doing at home? I am technically used to being at home, but this time it's like official staying at home.
Right.
So, yeah, regular stuff. I'm thoroughly enjoying the rhythm of it, though of course there's a looming threat.
Right.
But if you're safe and sound, it's really awesome to be alive at this time.
Absolutely, absolutely. इस लॉकडाउन में बहुत सारे लोग जो है ना खाना बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. Are you one of them?
Ma'am, I am a sous chef, and my food comes out really bad. I get sued.
You're a food chef already?
So lunch, of course, I'm not taking part in, but then dinner, I'll be able to do something. I can make a pumpkin soup. I can do a bit of a roast and possibly a spaghetti. उसके अलावा, yeah.
आप तो बहुत ही ज्यादा फैंसी हैं यार.
जी नहीं. This is just like the same tricks I've had for many years now.
But over the years, and we've watched your work, and we've thoroughly enjoyed some of the most amazing stuff that you've been up to. I must say, NH10 was definitely something that comes to my mind when I think of you. As an actor, I think it was amazing. And I happened to watch Riker Case.
Yeah.
And, man, wow, good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Good stuff.
This is.
So let's start with Riker Case, since it's really top of mind and brand new, and it's available on an OTT platform. Tell us what that experience was like.
That experience was fantastic. I remember the long phone call I had with Bodhi 3 Productions that made the show for Viacom Boot Select.
Right.
I was passing by Juhu, and I believe I was heading for a dub or something. So it's always nice to get a work call when you are heading to work.
Right.
In line of work. So I heard the entire explanation. Okay, this is going to be a thriller and a family drama with a murder mystery twist, a whodunit, and the part we are calling you for is John Pereira, an SP cop in Goa. I was like, Goa? No. I was like, cop. I was like, oh, that's damn good, yeah. Never played the part of a cop before in my acting career.
Right.
Not even on stage. So I said, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So बड़ा मजा आया, and Aditya sir
कुछ prep करना पड़ा, cop की body postures and all like.
Yes, there was a little fair amount of prep actually initially. My trainer coach, because I have to outsource my health department because I have no willpower on my own. So somebody needs to come and train me. Right? You have to outsource the things that you know you're not going to do.
Right.
So, his dad's in the police force in Mumbai, and he said, जब आप walk कर रहे हो, then you make sure you are like drawn with your chest and walk like that. So
I noticed that because I saw FOMO shots and I immediately saw Riker Case.
So you saw a slight
difference. And the stark difference between your body posture, which is I said body posture के लिए, I'm sure you.
But I mean, it's interesting you're talking about, and thank you for seeing that to be able to sort of compare it a bit. But for me, always, if you get the right body language, then it makes it easier to get a certain sur for the character.
I'm sure.
Which you're aware of. So that was great. And the way it's come out is so fantastic.
Class.
Top of the pops indeed.
I'm getting goosebumps even like while talking to you. It's so good. It's so good. I was blown away. अगर आपने नहीं देखा है Riker Case, please Boot Select पर जाइए और please देखिएगा. It's phenomenal. FOMO shots की बात करते हैं. One of the most memorable scenes of season 2 for me is of Neel Bhopalam getting drunk and saying, उसकी cheating तुम्हारी cheating से चमकदार कैसे? That line, the way it is delivered and the way you have done it, that scene is the most memorable scene for me in the whole season.
I watched it like 3 times.
You did?
Yeah,
We're on the
especially
same.
that. Yeah, that because I had so much fun shooting that.
Yeah.
Also, when of course, Fomo Shots season two ka entire uh, process was spread out in about maybe 2 months or 3 months. That's
Right.
Nandini trying to hide in the background. You can see her walking by. Yeah, कि जो wild animals हैं ना, they're very
Also,
freaky.
thumbs up if you like cooking.
I don't think she'll give a thumbs up for my cooking, but yeah.
Yeah,
Then
sorry, we were talking.
What cooking?
what cooking? Huh? So I was also rehearsing for a play called A Few Good Men, which
Uh-huh.
we staged last year.
Right.
I had Tom Cruise's part in the play. So, and in that play there was one drunk scene.
Right.
So anyway, I was sort of rehearsing for the scene. So I was in the zone, and when I had to sort of execute this scene,
Right.
I was I had too much fun. It was so much. That's the
Now
perks
we
of
know
the
Neel
job.
Bhopalam likes drunken parts, guys.
Of course, it's like a quintessential actor. This thing. I mean, you can drunk scenes. You think of Amitabh Bachchan in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
This scene, you know. So that's pretty cool. I think most actors
Right.
thoroughly enjoy and make the most of it because you can sort of jump out a character also in that time, no?
Bilkul, bilkul, absolutely.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I mean, I haven't watched as much theatre as I would have loved to.
Yes.
And but I mean, of course, now thankfully, thanks to 100 hours, 100 stars, I'm catching up with so many theatre artists, and like now I'm like a lot more motivated to watch like more plays.
You
What
know,
is it
Meena,
like? Tell us a little bit of an experience of your first play that you ever did, or the first time you were on stage.
oof, it's like bungee jumping.
Oh
You're
yeah.
so scared. It's like your heart is pounding, and I still get that nervous. Even if I have to go on set, it takes me about 2 to 3 days to sort of warm up and
Right.
get to the character. And on stage, by the time I'm on, especially if we're doing a new play, it'll
Right.
take about 15 to 20 minutes to sort of warm up.
Oh.
But what I would suggest, Meenal, is that even if you are not watching stuff, especially at
Right.
this time, to read plays because if you enjoy dialogue, and I even when I watch something, I love dialogue, a good scene. So
Okay,
that
so what is your recommendation? What should I start with?
I would suggest you revisit A Few Good Men because you know it already.
Yeah, yeah,
It's kind of cool to revisit stuff.
yeah. Also,
And
there was a time in my life where I used to read screenplays, like of movie. I don't know why I used to binge like read screenplays online because I thought I would be a writer someday. But of course,
I'm
that.
sure you are a writer. Even if you write 2 lines, that's a writer. May
Oh,
not be a professional writer, but I think everyone should do like you should read one fiction, you should read one autobiography, and you
right.
should read one play, all at the same time.
What are you reading these days? What are you
I'm,
watching? Reading?
I'm reading
Hikes, Sunday
The
hikes.
Godfather because the pressure cooker just went off.
Oh, okay. I thought I was reading something naughty, and you're like, I don't know if I can say
No,
this.
not yet. That's but that also has to be put into the mix. All forms of literature.
Okay.
So I'm reading The Godfather in the morning, and
Okay.
in the evening I read *Sapiens*.
Right.
I know, like more than halfway through that,
Okay.
and
What are you watching?
watching right now *Tales from the Loop*.
Okay.
It's like this sort of sci-fi out there concept.
Oh,
And a movie here and there once in a while. The last one
right.
I saw I really enjoyed was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I saw it a bit late, but it was fantastic. Thoroughly
Nice.
enjoyed it.
Sorry, I can't help but like stare at those paintings behind you. So if you
Oh,
see
yeah,
that I'm not making any
yeah.
eye contact, those frames behind you, is that Frida Kahlo?
That's not Frida actually. It looks a lot like her, but
Uh,
it's not. This is Nandini before casting. Used to be in the art direction team.
oh,
So,
okay.
so a lot of design is there. And there's an Andy Warhol sort of photo right over there, which I really like in the corner.
Oh,
And it says,
oh.
I think everybody should like everybody.
Yes. Of course. And those words, let me quickly remind the people watching this कि यहाँ पे नीचे QR कोड आपको दिख रहा है, प्लीज उसे स्कैन कीजिए और हमारे पीएम केयर्स के फंड में डोनेट कीजिए. हमारे कोविड वॉरियर्स के लिए ये हम नॉन स्टॉप ट्रिब्यूट कर रहे हैं. 100 आवर्स 100 स्टार्स हमारा साथ दे रहे हैं बॉलीवुड के कलाकार. इस वक्त हमारे साथ है नील भूपलम. एंड नील, बताइए मुझे, यू नो दिस लॉकडाउन हैज बीन स्पेशली टफ फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ आर्टिस्ट्स. Because I mean, you know, like you're home and you can't even do work from home. I mean, what could you possibly do? Like there are IT guys who are working from home. We're working from home.
Yes.
You know, is there anything you'd like to say to like bring up their spirits of your fellow like industry guys? Is there anything you'd like to tell them what you're doing to like stay positive, to stay happy? What's happening?
Right now we're playing Chupa Chupi with a virus. That's the best strategy we have, okay? So enjoy the hide and seek. And while you're hiding, seek out for some sort of entertainment, expanding your mind, making sure you connect with people, exercise your writing power. And more than anything, I mean, Nandini and I were chatting about this maybe 2 days ago. I was like, see, as opposed to just sitting and waiting like a train station, waiting for the world to pick up, make the most of this. And even if it means you got to take 5 days to 7 days to try and make a routine for yourself, and what is it that you really want to do, sleep as much as you can. Rest is important. I feel a lot of people between the age of 35 and 45 were having like heart attacks because they was just overworked, not sleeping. Just heal up as much as you can.
Funny you say that because like for the next 100 hours our RJs are actually going to be working non-stop. के अलावा आप प्लीज अपनी नींद पूरी कीजिए. It's very important.
Right. आप donate तो बिल्कुल कीजिए. And I also feel perhaps I'd like to take this opportunity to feel maybe since we are getting wiser with what's happening, next time, let's not spend so much on buying very expensive jets and missiles. Maybe we can spend 30% of that budget into, I don't know, medicine and sort of research. Then we won't have to struggle for funds, no?
That's true. That's true. But at this point of time, we are. So please scan this QR code and do it.
Scan, and be cool and be generous and think as much as you can.
Right. So you're from Hyderabad, and
that's incorrect.
Is it?
Yes, I'm born in Bombay.
That's what I thought, because whenever I've ever seen you acting, or even like your accent and your entire it always reminds me of like, this is a Bombay boy, man.
Yeah. Fully.
Yeah?
This is my gaon. It's my gaon.
Why does it say Hyderabad on the internet?
I have no idea. Somebody put that up, and then we tried to change it a few times, but it just couldn't edit it. So now it just makes for good conversation, I feel.
Yeah. But are you a foodie? That's what I was coming to actually. I was just going to ask you like.
I am a foodie. Earlier, I used to pretty much eat anything, everything, whatever, without thinking twice. But then post having some sense knocked into me, I was like, no, food is like, it's the petrol you put into your car. So if you had a really expensive car, you got to fill it up on the good petrol pumps, right?
Right.
So eat good stuff. But eat for sure, and don't restrict yourself. And make sure
what's like your comfort food? What is it?
Actually, chicken curry rice is my comfort food. Although largely for the past month and a half, we've been largely vegetarian, which is great as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously we can't go out and step out and have street food, but what's your hot spots in Bombay?
I like Dakshana, which is in Juhu. So it's a South Indian spread.
Right.
And honestly, I would never go out to eat much.
Really?
Yeah. No, I mean, and if I did, that was college ke baad, you know, like, I guess then you don't want to be at home too much. And honestly, another one is like, if when people say, it was interesting you said the actors are finding it tough during lockdown, but actors are so used to lockdown. Between projects, कुछ है ही नहीं करने के लिए, so you're sitting at home. So we're kind of used to, we have like,
dude,
it's like every 2-week, 3-week lockdown, and then everybody lies and says they're reading script. Kuch nahi. You're not getting anything, dude. One script will be there which you taloed to read for like months.
Moving on quickly from what we're saying to.
Don't forget to donate. Yes.
Sorry, what?
Don't forget to donate.
Don't forget to donate. Yes, there's a QR code right here. 100 hours, 100 stars. Chal raha hai. It's a non-stop tribute to our COVID warriors. Neel Bhopalam with us right now. He's done a whole host of amazing movies and great plays and supremely awesome OTT content. Please, Neel, do you want to take us through like some of your stuff that's on the OTT platforms? Like there's Riker Case on Woot Select.
There's Riker Case on Woot Select. There's Momo Shots season 1 and 2 on
Amazon Prime.
On Amazon. There's Smoke, which is on Eros now. Thinkistan on MX Player.
Right.
Lust Stories, a movie, of course, on Netflix. And one coming up called Masaba on Netflix as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I actually had edited it up, but let's see whether it's going to release. I don't think I'm allowed to say anything, but anyway, if I get into trouble, then somebody will come and say hi.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to see them.
Are you popularly known to get into trouble a lot?
No, man. No, not at all. So far, I've been all right. So far,
so you know so many people in the industry. You have so many friends in the industry. So I'm going to ask you a lockdown rapid fire.
Okay.
So in this lockdown, if you had to be quarantined with someone you had to rely on for food, who would it be?
Anushka Sharma, because during NH10, she and her brother took a lot of care that my food was taken care of. They're big foodies themselves.
Okay, so if you had to rely on somebody during quarantine for gossip, like Bollywood gossip?
Would be my wife Nandini Shrikant.
Oh, yeah?
But she knows only that much gossip, not so much also.
What about if you had to spend your quarantine with someone who would binge watch the same things as you do?
That would be my brother. My brother Mahesh Bhopalam. Yeah, we used to watch a lot of Star Trek together. So yeah.
What about somebody you had to rely on for to pick you up, like keep you in high spirits and constantly give you like a pep talk?
Oh dear, I know you're talking about Bollywood, but I'm only reminded of my close friends right now.
That's fine.
So it would be Monita, Upasna, Siddhant, but largely Moni. Most of the time she's very high school.
Okay. These are your school friends, college friends?
College friends from BMM.
What college did you go to?
I was in National College in Bandra. I studied BMM, majored in advertising, because if I weren't an actor, I would have gotten into advertising.
And what about if you had to rely on, this is the last one, if you had to rely on somebody for like playing pranks, just like doing crazy things at home?
It would have to be playing pranks and doing crazy things at home.
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad Ali, the boxer.
Do you know him personally?
No chance, actually, I don't. That's sort of like out of the policy of this question. But since it's hypothetical, we'd make sure in some manner he can arrive.
Nice.
He just seems like a lot of fun, when you see his interviews. He just seems like a lot of fun.
So, but who are the others that like are your idols, or like people that now I'm talking about in the industry, Hollywood, Bollywood, anywhere, like just like in the performing arts, who do you think like you look up to or you learn from?
Thanks very much for asking that question. I don't get asked that very often, honestly. Growing up, I loved Jim Carrey, and I used to see his movies, and I would just like try and do the same sort of jokes all the time. Always want to be cool. Yeah, there you got it better than me. So that's what I would do. Then it sort of opened up, and I started borrowing inspiration from a whole gambit of artists. When I saw Nasiruddin Shah perform, I was like, oh man, like when he's on stage, it's like he's in his living room, and that's the kind of ease that I would like to work towards. You got to rehearse so much that you make it seem effortless. But actually, to arrive at that takes a fair amount of effort. So
that's one thing I wanted. So I read a review of your character of Riker Case, where the reviewer said effortlessly gets into the role of a cop effortlessly. And you know, when somebody tells me that as a compliment, I feel like it's not effort. That's not a compliment. Do you take that as a compliment?
If they mean it as a compliment, for sure, I take it, because I'm desperate to get compliments. And I take
many. You should have told me that at the beginning of this interview. I would have popped in a compliment every 5 minutes.
But Tarif pe Tarif, you started with a great. Thank you. It was an effortless introduction. I'm sure you put some thought into it. But yeah, that's the thing about it's like a magic trick. No, what we do. It's like you gotta practice it, and then you're like, oh wow, how did that happen? Or where did that emotion come from? And of course, going back then, later growing up, I read Richard Branson's book, Screw It, Let's Do It, and I met him also once, shook his hand. And then I was being too cool. I didn't want to take a photo.
On the plane.
And bomb. No. No.
Flying with Richard Branson.
I'm like, man, you look a lot like Richard. Can I have the cookies or anything?
Yeah, so what did you say to him? What was the conversation like?
I just shook his hand. I said, lovely to meet you. This was when I was working at Channel V at the time. He had come down. Virgin was sponsoring some stuff. So, and this is the thing, never be too cool for school. Like I didn't want to take a photo because I thought it would seem a bit desperate. I'm like, he's not even going to remember me later. Why the hell didn't I take a photo? So anyway, that's
on that note, I'm taking a selfie with you.
Yay!
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Thanks for saying that. Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
That's really sweet.
But I was again reading up on you, and I don't know how authentic or true this is, but we seem to have a similar past. Not the same past, similar past.
What, radio?
Radio, yes. And we actually, I was with the same radio station as you. I'm not going to take the name. Let's not take the name. And we did the same shows. I did Baat Panjai. I did College Se Canteen Tak. And I did Sunday mornings. I did like all three.
And I bet you got underpaid also.
I did get paid
at the time.
Actually.
Oh, well done. Yeah, I got a bit gypped.
Yeah.
I've been to your Bombay station, no? I've been to the Bombay station.
Yeah.
I mean, your present station.
Correct.
It's pretty crowded also because you got, how many brands are there right now? There's Fever,
Radio Nasha, and Radio 1.
Oh, that's good actually. That's a genius idea.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. All right. So before I end this interview, I have a little quiz for you. Because we want to know if you really, like, are you a cool guy on sets? Do you get to know your co-stars better?
I want to be cool guy. I don't know if that translates to being cool, but yeah, go for it.
All right. Which one of your co-stars debuted with Ayushmann Khurrana?
Bhumika, no? Bhumi?
Yes. Bhumi, yes.
Bhumi.
Which one of your co-stars had this home quarantine training thanks to his character in a film on Netflix?
Can you give a clue?
The name of the film is House Arrest.
So that would be Rajkumar Rao.
No, that's Ali Fazal. He did House Arrest.
Yeah. Okay,
Bang Baja Barat. You did that. Dude, sometimes forget that you've done such.
Dude, that's how I stay happy in life. I forget shit. I'm like, wow, it's a new day. I must be 2 years old. Wow, yay.
All right, which one of your co-stars debuted with Shah Rukh Khan? This is easy.
Wasn't that Ali? Anushka Sharma.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, whose dialogue is this? I'm going to try and act, okay? कभी कभी दोस्ती मोहब्बत की जगह ले लेती है और फिर मोहब्बत के लिए जगह ही नहीं रहती.
I'm just floored by the performance, Nina. It's really awesome. I think after this, once we shut the laptop, you're going to be the actor and I'm going to go back. 100%.
Nandini, you hear that? You got two actors right here.
Gone far away right now. But I'll make this. For sure. And what was the dialogue, man? I have no idea. Give another tune.
कभी कभी दोस्ती मोहब्बत जगह ले लेती है, फिर मोहब्बत के लिए जगह ही नहीं रहती.
And was this a line? My co-star, right? My co-actor.
Yeah.
You.
Film. Come on, like Yash Raj, Aditya Chopra type of movies. Which one of them?
Rani Mukherjee.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
We were in the same movie, but we didn't have a scene together. So I think that's
why. I know. Well, I actually wanted to start this quiz by saying that, listen, these are your co-actors. You may have done a movie with them. You may not be in a scene with them, but you've done movies.
Fair enough.
Okay. Which one of your co-stars had a chance to play an IAF officer?
No.
It's close to home.
Close to home, huh? Means,
yeah.
But did I act with the person in a series?
Something that's viral, huh?
Was it a person from Promo Shots?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it Kirti?
Yes! You are big five.
Yes, true. Yeah, for sure.
And the last one, this I don't know how you'll get this, but I mean I hope you do. Which one of your co-stars is in the Marathi adaptation of Hamlet?
I know this one.
Come on! Let's hear it!
This is holy crap. I know who we're talking about now. This is before it gets embarrassing and my head is in the wrong place. Help me out. But I know she's Ophelia. Say again?
Which one of you? I said don't Google it. I said.
No, I won't.
Marathi adaptation of Hamlet.
My love, her name escapes me right now, but it's just escaping me. But I know exactly. Yes, and I'm supposed to go and see Manna. 1,000 apologies, Manna. But then I keep calling her Ophelia also. Because she is.
I don't know about the past, but you have definitely gotten yourself into trouble a lot of times in this interview.
And this one to like big time. Big time. Manna's name just escaped. God damn it.
Alright, so now we want to end this interview again. I've said that a couple of times in the past and not really ended this interview, have I?
Thank you for that.
Alright, so there's a QR code at the bottom of the screen. Please scan it for the PM Cares Fund, donate your amount. And of course, this is 100 hours, 100 stars. It's a non-stop tribute to our COVID warriors. Hamara saath de Bollywood ke kuch sitare. Neel Bhopalam with us, who is an amazing actor, of course we know, lekin bahut badhiya gaate bhi hain.
Acha?
Ek gaana ho jaye.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah? Can I sing one which is I think it's a Carpenter's song. Which I just like 2 lines. I sing into Fateh very often. May I? Okay.
Yes.
Here we go. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Why do stars fall down from the sky every time you walk by? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Wow.
Thank you.
I think we had a moment there. We have to stop this interview right now. Like, let's just stop this. Yeah. Thank you so much, Neel, and all the best. And stay home, stay safe.
And say hi to the bacha behind. Bacha, bachi, who's the love over there? Yes, I see the shadow. Lots of love. And
See you
who's from
at
Frozen? The Frozen sisters are also up on your wall, no?
Yes, they are.
I forget their
I'm
names.
in
What
their
are they
room.
called?
I'm in their room. They can
It's
come in.
very colorful.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you. Thank you
Thanks.
so much, and I hope to see you and meet you personally once this lockdown is over.
100%. That's on the to-do list. Bye bye bye. Lots of
See you.
love. Bye.
Bye.
सितारे की चमक कभी नहीं खत्म होती, उसी तरह ये सितारा हमारी जिंदगी में सदा अपनी चमक को बरकरार रखेगा। इरफान खान, ये नाम फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के इतिहास में ये नाम सदा चमकेगा। इतनी सारी फिल्में, इतने सारे बेहतरीन डायलॉग्स, इनकी फिल्मों ने हमें हमेशा एंटरटेन किया है। मकबूल हो द लंच बॉक्स हो, हिंदी मीडियम पान सिंह तोमार या तो फिर हाल ही की अंग्रेजी मीडियम, बॉलीवुड कहिए या तो फिर हॉलीवुड, इनकी चमक, इनकी पावरफुल एक्टिंग ने हम सबको हर बार ताज्जुब कर दिया है। द अमेजिंग स्पाइडरमैन, द नेमसेक, लाइफ ऑफ पाई, जुरासिक वर्ल्ड, ही इज अ ट्रू स्टार एंड विल ऑलवेज बी। चाहे वो फिल्में हो या तो फिर टेलीविजन की दुनिया। टेलीविजन की दुनिया में भी इन्होंने कई सारे सीरियल्स में काम किया। चंद्रकांता, मानो या ना मानो। पद्मश्री इरफान खान will always be our true hero. We all pray and hope that he is at peace. पद्मश्री इरफान खान हमारी जिंदगी का हिस्सा सदा रहेंगे। And as he had said, as if I was tasting life for the first time, the magical side of it. We will miss you, Irfan Khan.
Presenting Fever Network, the power of three. Number one station in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Kolkata. Fever FM, the bomb of Bollywood.
Congratulations to all of you for being the number one radio station.
The biggest CSR initiative on radio. Pioneers of radio drama in the industry. Biggest sports tie-ups. Official radio partners of 5 winning IPL teams. Most entertaining shows and RJs. Radio Nasha, India's coolest retro station.
107.2 Radio Nasha. Nasha, 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 Nasha. Gaane ka nasha, gungunane ka nasha, sunne ka nasha, sunna.
Celeb RJs,
Nasha, 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 Nasha.
best of retro.
Nasha, Nasha.
Shows and RJs that take you back in time. Radio 1, India's only international network. The only radio station Katy Perry vibed with. We were there when U2 performed for the first time in India. Global teen sensation Justin Bieber jams with Radio 1. Truly global shows and RJs. Megamix, America's Top 40, The Mahindra Blues Show, and more.
So this is 100 Hours, 100 Stars, a non-stop tribute to COVID warriors. My name's RJ Sindhu, and with me, I have a man who needs no introduction, but I'm a little tempted to give, grand introduction to him because he is from my town. He is a Chennai person, a man who is a 5-time world chess champion, the man who received the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award for the first time in the country, and also the first sports person in the country to have received the Padma Vibhushan. It's such an honor to be chatting up with you, Grandmaster Padma Vibhushan, Viswanathan Anand avargale. Welcome to this big Digi Mega Fest that we're having.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Such a pleasure to have you. First of all, you are locked up in Germany, away from family. How are you coping up with the COVID situation right now?
Well, we are expected to self-isolate, first of all. And in fact, I have been staying home. I basically have 2 friends who live next door, and they're the only people I've seen for weeks.
Okay.
Besides occasionally seeing someone on the street, and even then I keep a safe distance. I'm staying in a very small town here, so it's much easier to follow these regulations, so you don't need to put in extra effort.
Right.
ஆரம்பிச்சும் போது அவ்வளோன்னு கஷ்டமா படல, ஆனா மெதுவா 5 வாரம் ஆயாச்சு அது. So now it's getting it's beginning to wear on a bit, but we have to be பொறுமையா இருக்கணும். So
absolutely. And பொறுமை, patience வந்து உங்ககிட்ட இருந்து கத்துக்கவே வேணாம். So you are, I think, from what I've seen, the epitome of patience, but I'm sure it must be getting to you. Also, what is the routine you've been following for the last 5 weeks now? Now that you're all by yourself, I'm sure you have to get all things done by yourself, run all the errands by yourself. So what is your routine really, sir?
Basically, wake up. If I need to do any shopping, I try and finish that. I do this every 3 or 4 days.
All right.
And I try to get in a bit of exercise. Luckily here, it's social distancing, but not a lockdown. So I'm able to go to the park and so on. And generally, like I've said many times, Germans obey the rules voluntarily, so you don't need very harsh regulation.
Right.
And then mostly my day revolves around the video calls with family and connecting up with friends and working on chess.
All right.
So there have been a few online chess tournaments and things like that, which I follow. And,
all right.
And so I'm counting the days. I mean, it's been Just about 5 weeks since I realized that I was not going to have an early flight back home, and
right.
that's how it's been going.
So you're doing all the cooking by yourself. Are you somebody who's used to all this, running all the errands and all that? Do you do that back here at home?
No, at home I'm spoiled. I don't do it very much, but here it's not too bad. I mean, I tend to have dinner with my friends, and then um, I basically just have to have a small lunch, which I do. It's not a great spread.
Okay.
So no, I'm not doing a lot of cooking.
Right. Are you kind of getting instructions from home on how to cook, what should be the tadka and all of that, how much salt to add? So does that happen on video calls, really?
கொஞ்சம் try பண்ணியாச்சு ஆனா I'm not, I keep it very simple, just some fruits, cereals, maybe a sandwich, something very easy. I also don't like to also the more you cook, the more dishes you have to wash, so I just keep it very simple.
Okay, so and this is not the first time you are stuck in Germany like this in a situation. It happened back in 2010, if I'm not wrong, when the volcanic, ashes were floating around in the air. So I think that was not like a big lockdown, like a 5 week and all. That was for a very few days. But you're not new to getting stuck in Germany.
The two situations are incomparable. Then basically the only similarity is that air traffic got shut down in Europe for a while. But I think the air traffic resumed in about a week. So whereas now it's the cause is completely different, but it's 5 weeks, and we don't even know when this is going to end.
Right. True.
So, but it is a kind of nice coincidence because it almost happened in I think April 16th is when our lockdown started 10 years back, and now again. So it's a kind of a
Similar timeline.
Yeah, very similar timeline. But that was over in a week, and this one is going on.
Yeah, I mean, let's just keep our fingers crossed. But tell us, what do you think should be our next move as a country? You're the king of moves, so we could hear it from you.
I don't know. It simply depends on what the results show. So we have to see how many people are falling sick, what is the status, and also more and more it's becoming clear that we will have to reopen at some point because just to give you an example, people who have other illnesses are not, we can't stop everything only for one thing. So, but the government will have to take the best scientific decision it can, and we'll have to cooperate and hope that, I'm sure mistakes will be made, but that's our best shot.
Absolutely. And, talking about that, we have a QR code that's popping up on your screen right now, guys. So if you want to donate generously to the Prime Minister Fund, you can click on that link or simply scan the QR code using your Paytm app and do that. And, sir, nari serious salam pesiyachu. So, konjo light, let's, talk about some things fun. I want to play a game with you, which is called Never Have I Ever. Have you played this game before?
No.
No, you're never. All right. So I'm going to, throw fun questions at you. You have to just tell me if you have or if you have never done something like that before. All right. So here's the first one. Never have I ever faked an illness in school to just get back home.
No, I've never faked an illness at school. I'm once or twice I felt sick enough and I dramatized it at home, but not at school.
Not at school. All right. So chamatpayan you are. And never have I ever cried while watching a movie.
I think a couple of movies I have cried, so I have done that.
You have. And never have I ever used my status as a world #1 chess champion to get things done. That's a tricky one.
That's a tricky one because first, almost certainly, if I see that my status is helping me, I don't stop it. But I try my best not to start the ball rolling myself.
Okay.
But if it started rolling, then I've definitely enjoyed the slight privilege, if I can.
That's quite candid. And never have I ever been upset with a fan. Anybody who's really like upset?
I've been upset with fans quite often. So
You have.
that
Okay. And never have I ever Googled my own name to see what pops up.
I have definitely done that. It's not really see what pops up, but sometimes there might be something about you that you need to see.
Right.
And it's also quite useful to know what other people think of you. So you may think that, I mean, I clearly don't need a search engine for myself, but for many others, that may be their only source of information for me. So I need to find out.
Right.
It's not ego surfing because that backfires. Somebody will be attacking you and it'll ruin your mood. So I don't do that for ego surfing. Sure.
Yeah. All right. And so Neenga Vandu, we all know you are the grandmaster, India's first grandmaster. But unga veetla at home, who's the grandmaster? You or your wife Aruna? Because I've heard that she can beat you hands down in a game of chess. Is that true?
No, that is not true. But she can pretty much do everything else. And even though I think she actually understands chess very well, in the sense that she understands what motivates players, when they're going to have a good day, and all that, because simply having been around so many chess tournaments, she's very good. But I think right now the grandmaster is Akhil. So.
Oh, is it? Okay. So can he beat you in a game of chess?
He's interested in chess, but in general, of course, he's the star.
Oh, nice. And talking about Akhil, your son, you missed his birthday, which, if I'm not wrong, was on the 9th of April, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So how was it not to be around for his birthday? Like, I mean, I'm sure it must have been very emotional.
Definitely. It was, he was so excited. But in a way, I found it fantastic that he was still so excited about it, that after so many weeks of lockdown, he had not lost his spirit. So that is nice to see. We had a kind of video birthday, but and Aruna had made a cake, and you can see he just plunging into it. It was good fun. Of course, if we had been there, it would have been a bit better, but we did the closest thing we could.
I bet. And yes, guys, like Vishy said, a lot of you are away from family. A lot of you, are spending time away from family. So if you really want to contribute to the Prime Minister's Fund, guys, click on the link that you can see on your video right now and just click to and just say proceed to contribute. When you do that, it'll ask for your details. Just fill in your details and generously donate whatever you can. And sir, I'm sure this whole crisis, the COVID-19 situation, has taught us a lot. What has this situation taught you? What have you learned from it?
I have learned, I think that there are a lot of people who are invisible, but without whom you cannot survive. And you see it now clearly. I mean, நம்மலாம் வீட்டில் உட்காந்து லாக்டவுன் சொல்லலாம், பட் 10 பேர் வெளில இருக்காங்க, அவங்களால தான் we are able to lock down, and you have a new appreciation. Of course, first and foremost, in a illness, you have to thank the nurses and doctors. But on top of that, the people who grow our food, the people who clean the streets, the things we take for granted, and you realize that those people are out there risking a lot.
Right.
So, especially for them, please donate. And, any way we can say thanks to them is good.
Absolutely. And if there's one message that you want to give out to the citizens of the country far away from Germany, what would it be, sir?
Just try to stay as cheerful as possible, and பொறுமையா இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நேரம் பொறுமையா இருக்கணும். இப்போ விடுதலை பிரயோஜனம் இல்லை, இவ்வளோ நாள் செஞ்சாச்சு, இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நேரம் பொறுமையா மூச்சு பிடிச்சிட்டு எப்படியாவது இதுக்கு ஏதாவது முடிவு வர வரைக்கும் காத்துட்டு தான் இருக்கணும்.
Yes, we'll have to wait, and I hope things get back to normalcy real soon. I hope you catch the first flight and fly back down to India to meet your family. Sir, I just hope the best for you. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us your time, and it was lovely chatting up with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is 100 Hours, 100 Stars, a non-stop tribute to the COVID warriors. Our little way of saying thank you. You guys too could be a part of this. Just click on the link that you can see here on your screen and say proceed to contribute, where you can simply fill in the details and type in the amount that you want to contribute to the Prime Minister's fund. Let's all be together in this, and let's fight COVID-19.
रुद्र, उठो रुद्र।
स्कूल नहीं जाना।
अरे स्कूल बंद है 1-2 महीने के लिए। रुद्र, कपड़े डाल दिए मशीन में?
डाल रहा हूँ। पूरे कपड़े डाले तो
रुद्र, कपड़े सुखा दिए सारे?
हाँ, सुखा रहा हूँ।
रुद्र, झाड़ू। रुद्र, पोछा। कहाँ जा रहे रुद्र?
मुझे स्कूल जाना है, मुझे छुट्टी नहीं चाहिए।
हाय, दिस इज़ फुज़ैल अहमद और लॉकडाउन को 4 हफ्ते हो चुके हैं। मैंने ऑलमोस्ट सब कुछ देख लिया ऑनलाइन, मतलब ऑलमोस्ट सब कुछ देख लिया मैंने, और मेरे पास अभी कुछ बचा नहीं देखने को। लेकिन मुझे पता चला कि 100 Hours 100 सेलिब्रिटीज़, ये नया टॉपिक था फीवर FM का। इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक, जब मैंने गो थ्रू किया काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टफ भी था उसमें, क्योंकि लॉकडाउन हम कैसे बिता रहे हैं उसके बारे में फेमस सेलिब्रिटीज़ और क्रिकेटर्स अपने बारे में बता रहे हैं। और वो काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग था, क्योंकि रियलिटी है यार, वो कोई कहानी नहीं है, इट्स रियलिटी। काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग था, और ये एक ट्रिब्यूट है कोविड-19 में जो हम लोग के हेल्पर्स हैं, डॉक्टर्स हैं, पुलिस हैं और बैक हेल्पर्स हैं, उनके लिए। सो आप ही उसको देखिए, और थैंक यू सो मच। बाय।
अरे कहाँ गया, मिल ही नहीं रहा।
अरे क्या ढूंढ रही हो शुभा, क्या हो गया?
अरे तू सो जा ना, मेरी एक चीज नहीं मिल रही है, पता नहीं कहाँ चली गई।
अरे अंशिका, देखो ना यार, क्या ढूंढ रही है?
अरे क्या ढूंढ रही है यार, मिल ही नहीं रहा है।
मुझे सोने दो
यार। कितना शोर मचा रही हो शेबा, तुम कहानी लिखने दोगी मुझे?
ओफो पंकज, तुमको स्टोरी लिखनी है, पीयूष को सोना है। रघु तुम तो हेल्प कर दो यार।
अरे यार, कॉफी भी नहीं पीने देते, सबके साथ में रहने में यही दिक्कत है।
अरे तुम लोग सोने भी नहीं दोगे, रुको मैं सोना से पूछता हूँ।
अरे फोन लगाने की क्या जरूरत है, मैं यही तो बैठी हूँ।
ओह नो।
अरे क्या हुआ यार, बाहर तक आवाज आ रही है। और शेबा क्या ढूंढ रही हो?
एंटरटेनमेंट ढूंढ रही हूँ।
पहले बताना था ना, एंटरटेनमेंट मेरे पास है, फीवर FM, ये देखो।
अरे यार
सॉरी।
हाय, मैं हूँ आरजे शेबा।
हाय, मैं हूँ आरजे पीयूष।
हाय गाइस, मैं हूँ आरजे सोना।
हाय, मैं हूँ पंकज जी।
हाय, मैं हूँ फीवर का हीरो जैकी।
हाय, मैं हूँ 1 नंबर अंशिका।
मैं रघु रफ्तार।
और ये वीडियो हमने अपने अपने घरों से शूट की है।
चाहते हैं कि आप भी घर पर रहें,
सब अपने घर पर रहें और सुरक्षित रहिए।
इस फिल्म को बनाते वक्त भी हम सभी लोग अपने अपने घर पर थे, आप भी घर पर रहें, सुरक्षित रहें। और एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए
सुनते रहिए फीवर FM।
स्टे होम, स्टे सेफ।
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज की शुरुआत करते हुए रेडियो पर जॉन इब्राहिम, गौतम गंभीर और वरुण धवन ने मिलकर ये कहा,
हाय, मैं हूँ गौतम गंभीर।
हाय, मैं हूँ वरुण धवन।
हाय, मैं हूँ जॉन एब्राहम।
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ मैं कहता हूँ बकवास बंद,
बदलाव शुरू।
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज का सबसे पहला इनिशिएटिव था नो MC, नो BC।
मैं जॉन एब्राहम कहता हूँ,
मैं वरुण धवन भी ये वादा करता हूँ,
हम अपनी शहर की औरतों को जुबान से इज्जत देंगे,
यानी नो MC, नो BC।
उसके बाद मिशन तेजाब में कई एसिड अटैक विक्टिम्स की जिंदगी का रुख बदल दिया।
हाय, मैं हूँ आमिर खान और फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज एसिड अटैक विक्टिम्स को एक नई जिंदगी दे रहा है। मैं इसका स्वागत करता हूँ।
मिशन जुर्रत में देश के सारे पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट्स को एक साथ मिलकर कहा।
नमस्कार, मैं अमिताभ बच्चन बोल रहा हूँ। दिल्ली, बेंगलोर, कोलकाता और मुंबई पुलिस को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं मैं देना चाह रहा हूँ। आप फीवर 104 FM मिशन जुर्रत का हिस्सा बने। ये बदलाव की बहुत बड़ी शुरुआत है और मेरी शुभकामनाएं आपके साथ।
जब कश्मीर में फ्लड्स आए, लाखों की तादाद में खाने पीने की सामग्री कश्मीर भिजवाई। हमारी इस कोशिश के लिए मिशन कश्मीर ने जीता गोवा फेस्ट में प्रेस्टिजियस एबी अवार्ड।
मैं और आप मिलकर फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज का अगला प्रोजेक्ट शुरू करते हैं, ब्लड बैंक 104। ब्लड बैंक 104। फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ मैं जॉन इब्राहिम ये वादा करता हूँ कि इस शहर में जब भी होगी खून की दरकार, तैयार रहेगा फीवर 104।
और फिर ट्रैफिक जैम की वजह से नहीं जाए कोई जान, उसके लिए हमने शुरू की अपनी मुहिम एम्बुलेंस फर्स्ट।
हाय, मैं हूँ जॉन एब्राहिम।
हाय, मैं हूँ गौतम गंभीर।
हाय, मैं वरुण धवन बोल रहा हूँ।
हाय, मैं हूँ आलिया भट्ट।
जब भी एम्बुलेंस का सायरन सुनाई दे तो हो जाए लेफ्ट, क्योंकि एम्बुलेंस फर्स्ट।
अब बकवास बंद, बदलाव शुरू।
एम्बुलेंस फर्स्ट के साथ साथ फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज ने जिम्मा लिया ऑर्गन ट्रांसप्लांट का और बनाया ग्रीन कॉरिडोर, जिसमें एयरपोर्ट से हॉस्पिटल का सफर जो घंटों का था उसे मिनटों का बना दिया। एम्बुलेंस फर्स्ट का डंका सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान में नहीं बल्कि न्यूयॉर्क तक बजा। रेडियो के ऑस्कर कहे जाने वाले न्यूयॉर्क फेस्टिवल ने एम्बुलेंस फर्स्ट इनिशिएटिव को 2 बार NYF अवार्ड से नवाजा। और फिर कैंसर सर्वाइवर्स की जिंदगी में बदलाव लाने के लिए फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ जुड़े युवराज सिंह।
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ कैंसर सर्वाइवर की जिंदगी के बदलाव के लिए मैं युवराज सिंह तैयार हूँ। क्या आप तैयार हैं?
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज ने वोटिंग परसेंटेज में किया बदलाव अपनी मुहिम ईच वन खींच वन के साथ।
नमस्कार, मैं हूँ फीवर RJ अमिताभ बच्चन। चुनाव का माहौल बना हुआ और मैं तो कहूँगा कि ईच वन खींच वन। जब मैं भी वोटिंग करने जाऊंगा तो किसी को साथ खींच कर लेकर जाऊंगा।
इंडियन आर्मी के साथ मिलकर फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज ने एक ऐसा जश्न मनाया जिसका शोर बॉर्डर पार पहुंचा।
मैं गौतम गंभीर।
मैं हूँ कर्नल VN थापर, कैप्टन विजयन थापर का फादर।
मैं हूँ मेजर गौरव आर्या।
फीवर FM के साथ मिलकर कहता हूँ,
इस कारगिल विजय दिवस मिलकर ऐसा जश्न मनाएंगे कि शोर
बॉर्डर पार पहुंचे। जय हिंद,
जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद।
7 दिसंबर इंडियन आर्म्ड फोर्स फ्लैग डे पर फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ पूरे हिंदुस्तान ने मिलकर दिखाया अपना देश प्रेम।
मैं सिर्फ यही रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा सारे अपने फैंस और लिसनर्स से, आप फेसबुक हो चाहे इंस्टाग्राम हो चाहे इवन ट्विटर हो, अगर आप अपना फ्रेम चेंज कर सकते हैं 7 दिसंबर को तो कहीं ना कहीं आप वो रिस्पेक्ट दे रहे हैं आर्म फोर्सेस को।
दिल्ली की बिगड़ती हवा और पोल्यूशन से एनवायरनमेंट को बचाने के लिए फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज लेकर आया प्रोजेक्ट ग्रीन हार्ट्स, जहां हमने दिल्ली NCR में लगाए 1 लाख से भी ज्यादा पेड़।
आप पहले 1 या 2 पेड़ों से शुरुआत करो और कोशिश करो कि उन पेड़ों को अपने बच्चों की तरह बड़ा करो।
पुलवामा अटैक इस मुश्किल की घड़ी में पूरे देश को शहीदों के परिवार से जोड़ रही थी एक वेबसाइट, भारत के वीर। तो फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ मिलकर सुपरस्टार अक्षय कुमार ने फीवर 104 FM पर DG CRPF से कहा,
हेलो डी साहब, शरद।
हाँ,
नमस्कार। अक्षय भाई मेरे साथ दूसरी लाइन पे।
नमस्ते जी। मेरे लायक कोई भी सेवा हो, मैं बोला पूरा देश आपके साथ है इस वक्त। अभी आई हैव जस्ट सेंट 5 करोड़ रुपीस टू भारत के वीर फ्रॉम माय साइड।
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज ने शुरू की मुहिम #सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक से ब्रेकअप।
मैं तो सभी दुकानदारों से आग्रह करूंगा, आप अपने दुकान पर हमेशा बोर्ड लगाते हैं, एक बोर्ड ये भी लगा दीजिए, कृपा करके हमसे प्लास्टिक की थैली की अपेक्षा न करें।
और फिर पहली बार देश के किसी मीडिया हाउस की पीठ थपथपाने के लिए देश के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने फीवर 104 FM के लिए ट्वीट किया। फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के पिछले 5 सालों की ये तो बस एक छोटी सी झलक थी, लेकिन फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज की टीम जॉन एब्राहिम के साथ कहती है, ये बस शुरुआत है, बदलाव अब भी बाकी है।